We are live, all in on high school sports with a special edition tonight. Kurt Valenti, Jennifer Valenti, and tonight we're going to talk, I'm not even going to say Lyndhurst football. I'm going to say North 1, Group 2 State Sectional Champion Lyndhurst football. All right, welcome, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Glad to be here.
Thanks for having us.
I'd like to introduce each member of our panel to the audience. We're joined by 4 members of the Lyndhurst football coaching staff. Head coach, Rich Tuero. Defensive coordinator, Joe Castagnetti. Offensive coordinator, Patrick Auteri. And quarterback coach, Danny Kesack. And as Kurt mentioned, you guys are North 1 Group 2 State Sectional Champions, as well as the NJIC Overall Champion and an undefeated season in the Liberty Division as well. So congratulations on all your accomplishments, guys, and welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Before we dive right in, I know that each of you guys has ties in some way to either like the town of Lyndhurst, the football program, or either in another sports team at the high school. Can you guys briefly tell the audience about your Lyndhurst roots? Coach Auteri, can we start with you?
Sure. Born and raised, went to high school, graduated in 1995, played 3 sports there, still live in town. Work in the building, coach, also the head baseball coach. It really is a tradition, like all these guys are going to mention also, and it's just Lyndhurst pride. And that's one of our mottos, and it's just great to be where you grew up and see everything that goes with the town. And when you have success like we did, you know, there's nothing better.
Very nice. Thank you. Coach Kesack, how about you?
Yep, so like Coach Auteri said, born and raised in Lyndhurst. As far as back as I can remember, I always wanted to be an athlete in Lyndhurst. I can remember, being a little kid, running around the high school field, going to Thanksgiving games. My whole life was involved with Lyndhurst sports. I was a 3-sport athlete: baseball, football, basketball. In high school, I just played football and basketball. I was a quarterback in Lyndhurst for 4 years, and then I went out to play college. I played football at Wesley College. And now I'm back coaching with these great coaches. We had a great season. We had a great group, and we look forward to more success in years coming.
Nice. And Coach Castagnetti, how about you?
Yeah, this is my 26th year coaching at Lyndhurst High School. I coached all these 3 guys beneath me on the screen, on my screen at least. And it's been a long road. It's been a great road. I might be the only one that was alive in 1983 when we won our last state championship. I was alive. I was in 8th grade. I was in 8th grade when that happened. So it's been a long time, and it's been a great road.
6.
And and like I said, it's I wasn't born there. I came over in the 3rd grade from East Rutherford, but I've been there most of my life, obviously, and still live and still teach and still coach here. So it definitely is a pride thing, and it means a little something extra special when you could get a group together like we did and do what we did. And we're proud of the kids. The Jimmys and Joes, not the X's and O's.
Very nice. And, of course, Coach Tuero, how about you?
Honestly, just like Joe, I moved here. My parents moved us to Lyndhurst, North Bergen, when I was in the 3rd grade. And it's the greatest thing that ever happened to me. I'm a Cuban American. My father was all about baseball. And when I got to Lyndhurst, I kind of figured out what football was. And, I went to Lyndhurst High School, Roosevelt School, Grammar School, Lyndhurst High School graduate. It's everything to me. And that's why, if you look at my staff, there may be guys from all over, but everybody's from Lyndhurst. And that's what it's all about. No matter where you go, where you went to school or whatever it is, it's a matter of the guys being from Lyndhurst. It's family, tradition. And I had the pleasure and honor of learning that from guys like Joe, guys like Patty. They were there before me. Patty didn't get to coach me, but he was there coaching when I was a senior in high school. Joe was my O-line coach. Joe was my, I looked up to Joe like I was very scared of Joe for a large part of my life. But honest to God, it couldn't be better now. I mean, it's Lyndhurst pride. It's family, it's tradition, it's everything.
Guys, we got a couple comments coming in. There's from an M. Derrico saying, anybody see Richie? Is the first comment of the night.
Somebody tell me What Richie did Bobby Lupo. That's one of my coaches.
Randy Vega's checking in, and your wife, Richie, is she's actually posting your brother's name on there, but she's watching, or she's tagging him.
Good. Probably letting him know to watch it.
That's it. Hopefully, I'll come back with you, Rich. Quick question: if you could just go over real quick how you came about getting the head job in Lyndhurst.
For me, you're talking to me.
Yeah.
So what happened was, Joe was the head coach for the second time, which obviously he didn't plan on that, and he was, it was interim for a reason. He knew he was going to step down sooner than later. It was just a matter of, helping our program out, helping out the town of Lyndhurst by stepping in and doing what he had to do. So when Joe, let everybody know he was stepping down, I took that opportunity to go all in and try to get the job. I actually sat down with Patty, because Patty was on that staff, and I out of respect for Patty, we had the conversation. I said, listen, and that's when he said, Coach, Rich, I want to be the baseball coach. I support you 100%. And we went ahead with it. And honestly, it was an underdog kind of thing. I was a young guy, and there was a lot of fight, and I had to prove myself to get the job. But thank God they gave it to me, and here I am with the support of the people, the town, Patty, Joe. It's a blessing, to be honest with you, because it was a dream come true.
And then if you guys will start with Danny, how did you guys, become part of Richie's staff?
Well, all three guys here coached me, and ever since when I left high school and I played in college, these guys always stayed in touch with me, and we always talked football. So when I got back home, it just felt right. It felt right to be back. They obviously welcomed me with open arms, and I've been involved ever since. I love it. That's all I can say. I love it.
And Coach Auteri, you were on staff, so you just obviously stayed on there, and like you said,
Yes.
So I guess you played a big role in Coach getting the head job.
Yeah, I was on obviously Joe's staff for a while. He promoted me to offense coordinator, and then, like Richie was saying, when Joe was stepping down, I think people looked to me maybe if I wanted it, but I had set in stone that I wanted to be the varsity baseball coach. I was an assistant coach there for 20 years before I became the head coach. Well, it's 20 years now, but 15 now. I've been the head coach for 5 years, and there was no doubt that Richie was the right guy for it. He has a passion for football that a lot of young coaches didn't have at the time, and like Richie said, he had a fight to get it, and I think what showed and made him rise to the top of that list was his passion for the town. And obviously knowing the game, playing at the next level in college. And I had his back right from the start. And because obviously part of it was too, I knew with Richie I could stay on staff, this and that. I didn't know if they wanted to bring an outsider in. There was talks of that. I want to be with a Lyndhurst guy. And my relationship with Richie, like he said, I coached him in baseball. I think my first year as an assistant, he might have been a junior or a senior. Yeah. And that's how long back. And who would have thought, at that point it was just coach. But as it went on and he came on to Joe's staff with us too, he had the passion. And like I said before, he was the right guy for the job.
And then Coach Castagnetti, again, you were the head coach the first time, then you get put back again as the second time. What made you want to come back and become part of Coach Tuero's staff?
Well, yeah, they keep saying stepping down, but I didn't want to. I wasn't really stepping down. I wanted to step aside.
Yeah.
And basically what it was is because I gave up the head job the first time because it was just took too much time. It's an all year round, 12-month gig. Even with the other coach that came in, I basically stepped aside. I was still volunteering with him, and then ended up being his defensive coordinator. So being a defensive coordinator and being a head coach are two different things. I could have my winters. I worked it out with Coach Tuero. He gave me the winters off as far as weight training and stuff. So I did a lot of travel with my daughter with soccer. And then I didn't have to. And then I told him I would be available from the beginning of the summer till state championship. I would be all in during that time, and he allowed it, thank God. And I stayed on. So I got a lot of flack from you coached him. How could you work for him now? You were the head coach. Now you're not. Now that to me, it's Lyndhurst football. And I told Rich that from day one. If I wanted to be the head coach, I wouldn't have a little left. I never would have stepped down. I don't want to be the head coach. I love being a defensive coordinator. and he allowed me to do that, and I love him for it. And again, it's a Lyndhurst thing. That's all. It's the easiest way to put it. It's a Lyndhurst thing.
Real quick, Coach Ristola is chiming in on a comment. He must be the special. You see the special team coach?
Yeah. What was his score?
Because he's giving he's saying special ops. He's messaging that out. So
yeah.
Special ops. Joe Vistola does a great job for us. Let me tell you, he was a volunteer this year. Guy didn't make $1, and he put in a ton of work. And we break his chops, and he's out of his mind. But we do love Joe and his special ops. I'll tell you.
And then
special.
Castagnetti may have a little problem with him from the state sectional final, but that's
and game day Eddie said he's here.
Game day Eddie.
Game day Eddie's here. So.
Perfect.
Coach Tuero, this next question is for you. 2014, you start at Lyndhurst. You go 1-9 in your first season. I'm sorry to bring it up. The next three the next 3 seasons, you kind of hover around the 500 mark. And in 2018, you make a big leap. You finish 9-2. You upset Verona to make it to the sectional finals, where you lose to Rutherford, who's the defending sectional champion. And of course, 2019, you guys make it back to that sectional title game, and this time you're victorious. I was wondering, that's an impressive turnaround. Can you tell us how you made it happen?
Absolutely. It goes with the program, and that was my biggest thing when I took this job on. Well, our program, and this has nothing to do with Coach Castagnetti. It has everything to do with the situation at the time, which I know you guys are all aware. No need to talk about it, but we were having some tough times in Lyndhurst, especially with our football program. And my whole message in the beginning was the culture, the culture, the culture. And it's a testament to the staff and our traditions. These guys bought in, and like you pointed out in the beginning of the interview, we're all Lyndhurst. So it all came down. I'm saying culture, culture, culture. My coaches bought in, and then the kids bought in. And my whole message to those guys, especially the 1-9 kids, we were 1-9, 4-6, 5-3, 5-3, I believe. We got better every year. And I kept telling the kids, guys, you're building this program. So when we won the state sectional this year, I made it a point when I was interviewed by the paper to thank the guys before us, because it's not just us coaching. Like Coach Guess said, it's not the X's and O's, Jimmy's and Joe's. These kids were teaching each other, hey, this is what you got to do. Pass the torch. Let's go, man. We have a culture here. And it shows. It's going on to this day. We lost 26 seniors, and people change, faces change, but the expectations don't. And the kids know it. And that's a testament to my staff and my seniors in the past, without a doubt. It's not me. It takes a village. I'm going to lead these guys, and I'm going to try to get everybody on the same page, do everything I can, everything in my power. But it ain't about Richie. It's about the village, about the Lyndhurst Golden Bears, the family, and that's why we are where we are and how we got there. I'm glad you brought up the 1-9, because it's just a testament of where we came from. Honestly,
it's true. It's an important part of the process. Yeah, the journey. Absolutely.
Because it's easy to quit when it's down. It's easy to quit when you're down like that, and it's hard. It's hard to do. But you know what? It's hard to win games. That's why there's guys that coach, other coaches just talking, we won a game, but we beat so and so, right? Listen, it's hard to win a football game. I don't care what school it is, what team you're playing. It's hard to win a football game. So that's what it's all about. The culture, the tradition. That's how you build a program.
I'm going to go to Danny real quick. And not that anybody on this panel is an older coach. I mean, everyone's younger. I mean, so please, nobody take it that way. But, you're a younger coach, Danny. So how do you, how would you say your age, like you can relate to the players maybe a little differently just because of, again, that you are a younger coach?
Yeah. Well, I'm fresh out of football. I finished playing in college 2017. So right when I finished, I got right into coaching. So I'm fresh out of the game. So I kind of know how it is, and I've been in their shoes. I played here in Lyndhurst. I played 4 years there. I can relate to them in that sense. I work with the quarterbacks, especially in the JV team, and I was a quarterback here. So I have a lot of experience that I can share with them. And as far as coaching wise, I made it a point to be, first one, I could be the first coach there with Coach Tuero in the mornings and just following his lead and, doing doing everything I can to be like Coach Tuero and learning from him and showing the work ethic that he shows. And I think it's helped me become a better football coach.
Coach Cast, you mentioned it before when you said, I just want to be the defensive coordinator. I guess my question for you is, like, you're just a picture of when they say a defensive coordinator, defensive coach, it's you, So just explain like a little more in that detail of that comment, how you said, like, I love being a defensive coordinator.
Yeah, I just love dealing with that side of the ball. I mean, it's again, another thing that Coach Tuero affords me is the fact that I run the scout defense as well. So I coach defense all day long. When I became a head coach, I learned, offense through defense. So I'm always on that side of the ball. I think coaching the scout kids and making them accountable makes us a better defense, because you find your special teams kids, you find your backups, you find your starters. I mean, we had Justin Garina this year as an outside backer. We found him on scout defense 2 years ago. Where like he, impressed me the way he was moving. I'm coaching him up. He's listening, and he found the position. And we had so much depth this year, with 26 seniors that, being a defensive guy and staying on the defensive side of the ball, it just makes it easier. Obviously you have talks with Rich and Pat about offense and what I think they're going to do defensively and things like that. And we play off each other, and they help me out as well. Just love being defense. I played defense in college. I played defense. I've been a defensive guy my whole life. And be honest with you, I just love it. I love being on that side. I love being the one to try and stop you from doing what you want to do. And again, that doesn't happen without the Jimmies and Joes, because when we were 1-9, we were running the same defenses as we were when we were 11-0 and winning a state championship. So, and I told that to the kids all the time. The system's in. The playbook is thick. We'll get through as much as we can. And when you say we can't, then we stop, and we have enough. We'll always have enough. So being defensive guys, I just love helping out. I love that side of the ball.
Guys, I know somebody asked before if we were going to get a Lou Paterno comment, and we did. So
there we go.
Might have been Auteri. So he said, meaning Lyndhurst, not a better community for kids when they're young in Lyndhurst. They take care of their own. The only small town that compares is obviously Heights, who's always great. So
appreciate it.
Saying.
Okay.
Hey, Lou.
Appreciate that. Man, love Lou. I miss Lou.
And
I'm doing the clock.
Another comment, Dina Bargel, she was actually a parent from Passaic Valley, saying keep those expectations high. Randy Vega saying shout out Coach Katina. Rich, it looks like your mom's here. She's saying Mary Tuero, saying mom's here. Vistol is also saying Danny Pauly, best our team. And Luke Kesack is saying that's my big brother. So a lot of people watching tonight,
great.
which is good.
Yeah, so it's funny. Danny Pauly, best scout team. That's no lie, man. One of my coaches, Coach Paulie Johnson, my brother. I mean, we would have him and Danny run scout and like full go, and these kids were getting work. Like Danny's playing. When we played Kyle Teal from Iowa, there was no better person to put at quarterback than Danny Kesack. And let me tell you something. These kids were these guys were going hard. It was awesome. Yeah. It was awesome. And
it's another plus of being the young guy on staff. That's another plus of being the young guy on staff.
Around.
He could still fit in a helmet.
He was still the best player on the field.
I did that for you when I was the young guy.
I know.
Crazy,
I
man.
know.
But he had a helmet, everything. I mean, it was cleats on, ready to go, and it was like, "Yo, get it going." Joe loved it. I'll tell you right now. Our scouts, we had the opportunity, we had the pleasure, the gift of, it was like college. We had a scout team that we literally put together in our meetings, and we had they ran their own little practice on the side, especially Waldwick, the Wing T Delaware. Oh my God, it was unbelievable, to the point where we were running their offense, and Waldwick was an awesome football team. Really good football team. And the game plan worked because our kids were prepared because of our scout team. And that's like you were talking to Joe about defense, that's a huge testament to Joe, man, because, and I know he don't want to hear it, but he's saying he's helping, I give him the privilege to work with our scout team. No, I'm lucky to have a guy like Joe working with the scout team.
A couple more comments. Rich, we got a comment saying Sophia says, "Hi, Daddy, I love you."
Hi, baby girl. I love you too.
Your brother saying
Shout-outs.
your brother wants to get your mom live on here. So that's
No.
what
No, absolutely not.
I don't want to say. I don't know if I'm saying this
Rated
name
G.
wrong. There's a Mike Lateo,
Michael Ateo.
like
All
Lateo,
right.
saying
He's a
great,
former
saying
player,
great
yeah.
work, guys.
He's a Marine.
former
Former Marine.
player. He's a Marine.
Steve,
Marine.
Steve Passamano saying best of the best right there, state champs.
Love him.
Rob DeFalco, congrats, gentlemen. I had the pleasure of playing in the same backfield with Pat.
Yep.
Oh,
What's
yeah.
up, Rob? Midget League,
Awesome.
man. We were studs together. That was a long time ago.
That's the next podcast.
There you go. There you go. And then, all right, I'm going to get to Coach Auteri real quick. So, like you mentioned before, you're the head coach with the baseball team. What's the little difference? Like Coach Castagnetti, said, he loves being on the defensive side on the ball. He didn't want to be the head coach. Is it a little different role for you? Even though you're offensive coordinator, obviously it's a big role. But since you're not that head coach on baseball, is a little. What's the difference in football as an assistant?
You don't got to deal with all the headaches that Richie has to deal with. But yeah, and that's what it is. And when you're a head coach, you deal with the headaches. In the spring, I got to deal with headaches. So it's like, okay, let Rich deal with that. But like all the guys have been saying, we work so good together. We've been together for so long. Going back to even talking about the 26 seniors, when we're able to have a scout team that is probably better than some teams' defense, no offense to some teams, you have guys, seniors that could play on other teams, giving us a look day in and day out. Then you got guys like Coach Kesack, Coach Johnson on the offensive side of the ball who are better than any high school kid you're going to see. I mean, we're getting looks. And from the offensive perspective on mine, same thing. You got Coach Castagnetti coaching up a scout defense, and he's going to do stuff to try to fool with us. And, it just makes our job easier for preparation. We might get a little frustrated here and there. Can't block this guy. What's this guy doing? He knows the plays. We're saying, fooling around, and he must be telling him the plays. And hey, we get all fired up, but it's the ultimate preparation. And, Coach Tuero hit on it too, and even Coach Cass a little bit. And our depth, going back to the Jimmies and Joes, is really a testament to our success. And they bought into their role. That's the biggest thing. I mean, How many times you get
100%.
a kid, a senior, why ain't I playing? But bought into his role. And, we used them on special teams. They embraced their role. And I think that doesn't, that happens when you have that, you're going to have success. And it shows so true with the season we had.
Unselfish,
No doubt.
too. They're unselfish.
Right.
Unselfish.
A couple names that come to my head right now is a kid like Glendon Gerardo. These are names that you may not know. Mark Beeler Hope. Kids would just buy, and these are seniors who just did what they had to do. Waldwick Week, our kicker, Michael Falace, he was the running back. He was the main dude, and we knew he could do it, and he was like, yes, coach, whatever you need. I mean, I can't explain how big that was, and that's the message I kept telling the kids, guys, every one of you get a ring. You earned it. You're all part. I don't care if you're picking up the water at the end of the day, or you're running scout team, or you're the star player. It doesn't make a difference. It's a team effort, no doubt about it.
Let's get a little bit into the 2019 season more specifically, actually. Coach Tuero, you guys end 2018 with a loss in the sectional final. You're going to be returning 20-plus seniors that, are experienced contributors to the squad. How would you describe your team's, hunger and determination heading into that 2019 campaign?
It was exactly what you just said, hunger and determination. I mean, we lost that game, and we were winning at halftime to a very good Rutherford team. Those kids knew they got the taste. Like I said, they literally were our senior class this past season were part of the whole growth. 4 and 6, 5 and 3, 9 and 2, and then 11 and 1. I mean, it was every day. Our weight room, Coach Kesack will tell you, our weight room was hopping. I mean, these kids, they just bought in, and every single day the work we put in, they couldn't wait to get to practice. They couldn't. That's the difference between groups like this, and it's a testament to the seniors before them, because those guys, they were a great group as well. and they lost in the state final. And it's crazy to say, all these guys in the room all agree. I felt bad for those guys that, they were there, they're on the sideline, we won that game. I know they were rooting for us, but at the end of the day, like, if you ask me, yeah, they deserve it too, because they had a huge part in our success as well. The hunger was unbelievable. It's motivating. Hey, everyone says you lost 26 seniors, man. What are you gonna do? I'm so excited to get back to that point. Like, let's go right now. Why not? Why not? You know what I mean? It was the best year of my life. It was just crazy to unfold and watch. I'm looking at videos from a year ago today, and it's like knowing where we were and what we were thinking. The goal was to every day. We said the goal was to get back to that state final and finish the job. We had. I'll show you this because I'm in the field house. We had check marks for every single game. And that's how we did it, right all the way down to Parsippany. It was just unbelievable and a great, amazing experience, a great run.
Nice.
So I'm going to stay with you, Coach, real quick. And you start the season off 6-0. Couple close games, though. Hawthorne 20-9. You guys are down big in the Pompton Lakes game. You come back and win that one 21-20. Beat always tough New Milford 13-6. So before you even get to the conference, like semifinal playoff, what are your thoughts on those games, especially like the Pompton and the New Milford game?
So the Pompton game was probably the main one that scared me. New Milford game, the score was close, and obviously I was nervous, but we pretty much controlled that game. Pompton Lakes game, I can tell you right now, is the one time I thought that we were going to lose 100%. We're down 14 with 4 minutes left. And we knew, we're not a throwing team. We knew that, obviously. And these kids all of a sudden turned it on because I don't think it was that they were better than us. It was just that we kind of were going into the game. They played Secaucus the week before. Our guys were kind of, down on Secaucus. They thought, we were a little cocky. And then they turned it on. But, here's the thing. A year ago, Glen Rock, okay? Same thing. We're down 14-0 halftime against Glen Rock, and they came back and won the game. Same exact series of events. Tied the game. They took the lead again. We came back. Those kids learned from a year ago. So moving into Pompton Lakes, they knew, hey, we're not quitting on this. What are we doing here? We're not giving up here. And that's why we ended up where we are.
Okay, so now you guys are 6-0. You win the division. You're in your first, in the division now. They take the 4 teams. They do a little playoff. Did you guys think? Okay, so I'm sorry. Then you guys beat a good Waldwick team. You guys beat a good Park Ridge team. Did you
Very
think,
good, yeah.
Did you know that's where you guys should be?
100%. That was the expectation. We said division, conference, state. Those were the goals. Division, conference, state. Those 3 trophies. And we got them. That was 100% the goal. from day one.
All right, Coach.
Kurt, I gotta say, we were. I was with you at the Garfield Waldwick game.
Yep.
And watching that game, and as Waldwick was piling up the points on Garfield, Rich and Patty and Danny, they were at our dinner for us. We had a game on Saturday that week, and I'm texting them score, and Coach Tuero's like, you kidding me? Like, what are you talking about? You kidding me? I'm like, halftime. I turned to you. I said, listen, I'm out of here. I seen enough. So our kids really brought it because we made Waldwick, look a little bit different, when they played us the following week. So those games were huge in that respect.
And that was a very good football team, man.
They're very good.
Coach, I'm going to go to Coach Auteri. It seems like at that time, the Park Ridge game, maybe the Waldwick, but I don't know, maybe more of the Park Ridge game, you guys seem to go with the Wildcat offense with your star player. What was the thinking behind that? And obviously, you guys ran with it for the rest of the year. But if you could just explain a little bit what your thinking was to go to that offense a little bit and still basically have like almost – your regular traditional offense and then the little Wildcat with him.
Well, just like any Wildcat set, you're getting that extra guy at the point of attack. And, me and Coach Tuero, we just felt it was the best move, obviously, to have the ball in Peter's hands as much as we can. And listen, we had probably one of the best lines that I've seen in my history of coaching here, and one of the best lines in definitely the state of New Jersey. So when you got those big horses and the guys, you put the ball in Tu's hands and let him do what he's got to do. And the bottom line is, I think the more as the season went on and we simplified stuff, it made it a lot easier. Just like we keep saying, Jimmy's and Joe's, let them perform, let them do what they have to do. And I think it was a right move. We had it early on, and we didn't go to it that much. Basically, always in our mindset as an offensive staff, and me, Coach Tuero, and Coach Kesack, you want to be balanced. And the year before, I think we were very balanced. But I just dictated to go to the Wildcat a little bit more. And when you have an athlete like that, you just got to feed him the rock.
And honestly, that's a testament to Anthony Lembo. I just want to touch on that. Anthony Lembo was our quarterback.
Anthony Lembo's actually watching, by the way. He's I see him on the screen.
One of the most selfless kids. Yeah. One of the most selfless kids I've ever coached. All about the team, man. And he didn't take it personal. It really wasn't about ability, because Anthony showed, especially in the state sectional final and the Pompton Lakes game, he could do it too. We knew getting that extra blocker for Peter would just be that much more dynamic and better for us. And let me tell you, Anthony Lembo's, yes, coach, whatever we got to do for the team. It was at the point where I would ask Anthony, like, listen, you understand? He's like, Coach, what are you talking about? Like, why are you even asking me? A testament to these kids in the program. No doubt.
My question is for Coach Castagnetti. Up until the conference playoffs, your defense had notched a shutout. You'd, on one occasion, only allowed double digits once, and held your opponents in the remaining contests, one touchdown or less. In the semifinals, you touched upon it against Waldwick, a team that was averaging 38 points per game. You held them to one touchdown, their lowest scoring output of the season. In the finals, you basically do the same thing to Park Ridge. They average 35 points a game. You hold them to a mere 12 points. I know your defensive players had some very impressive postseason accolades. I was wondering if you could just talk about your outstanding defense a little bit.
Yeah, they were. Listen, when you have that many seniors on a team and your backups, you have 11 seniors on the field starting. You have the 4 replacements going in or that are killing themselves to go in are seniors. I've never had that ever. In 26 years of coaching. So, I mean, again, they like everything we've said the whole time, but they were just unbelievable. They just did whatever they studied the game. They paid attention to game plan. It was really like coaching a college team this year for me. I didn't really do much coaching. We gave them the game plan. They went through it. They listened. They asked questions. And they did it. I mean, we have James Blake at nose guard, against Seacock, because he caused like 7 fumbles because the quarterback couldn't take the ball from the center. I mean, when you have somebody like that and you run a 3-4 defense, it just makes it easy. You have Ishmael A, who had over 140 tackles. I mean, things like that just don't happen every year. You have Chris McLaughlin, who took on every other blocker as a middle linebacker, 4-ish. You have 3 outside linebackers that can play. You have D linemen across the board. You have a kid like Diego Crespo, who just wanted to come out this year, came out, didn't know where he wanted to go, and ended up being a D lineman. He probably should have been a corner or played corner somewhere else. And Tommy Ryan, and the names just keep going on and on and on. Aaron Alvarez, all kinds of kids that just did whatever you asked them. And our secondary was just second to none. We had like 21 interceptions, which is crazy. When you're taking the ball away and giving it back to the offense with Pete at the helm, I mean, it's hard to stop. And offenses would play differently against us because they knew that they couldn't give the ball back to number 2 on offense. And then number 2 on defense was ridiculous too. I mean, he led the state in sacks last year as a junior. I mean, so it just doesn't stop. I have goosebumps just talking about him. I'll be here all night. You know what I mean? You could give me this. I still want to keep going. No.
He's probably got 10 cups of coffee in him too, so he'll be ready.
This is like hot number 6. No, but like I said, they were awesome to have. I miss them already. I'm still watching video of the season. I screenshot the video and send it to the kids, text it to them now because they're graduates. I could do that, and just pump them up with all kinds of compliments.
And Lou Paterno's giving you a compliment, saying that it was the best defense around.
Yeah.
So
well, thank you for that. I appreciate it. And again, I agree because I think we would have went up against anybody. I mean, I know we had a downer on the last one in MetLife Stadium. There's a lot of variables to that, but I believe that we could have beat anybody.
Nice. And Coach Kesack, Coach Auteri spoke a little earlier about using Peter at the quarterback position, and you also had, as Coach Tuero mentioned, Anthony Lembo running a more traditional style offense. As the quarterback coach, did incorporating those two distinct styles present any challenges to you and preparing for practice and for opponents?
Oh, we went about it the same way every week, every day. We went about it the same. Every morning we would meet for film with the quarterbacks, Anthony, Adam Venezia, and John Lembo, and Peter just joined us once we decided to go that way. Peter joined us, and we went about business as usual. Anthony was prepared every week if we wanted to go to him, and Peter was prepared every week if we were going to go to him. It was a total group effort. The quarterback room was sensational. They were all focused every week on getting at the job at hand, and they did a great job with it, and I think the results showed on the field. Great kids, hard workers, dedicated, did everything right, and it showed.
Very nice.
All right, so I'm going to get back to Coach Tuero, and now comes the unfinished business, your playoff run.
Sure.
You start off with a big 47-0 victory over Kesack Hills. You defeat a very talented Mawa team 28-14. Now you have the state sectional championship game in your house against Parsippany. And after 36 years, 26-7, you guys are state sectional champs. I mean, you might be able to talk about this for a couple hours, but what was that feeling? Just describe that feeling.
Honestly, it was the greatest moment of my life. I shared that video with you to show you that was the moment. That was when it was over.
I'm actually going to put that video up right now as we're speaking.
Yeah, that was it, man. Coach Castagnetti comes up to me and he goes, "Rich, we did it, man. We did it." Right before that, and it was like 2 minutes left, but the game was over, and he's telling me he's squeezing me, we did it, and I'm going, not until it says 0. And then you saw Patty jump on me like my little brother, even though he's my big brother. And then Joe came in. It was the greatest moment of my life. Just thinking, listen, we're Lyndhurst. Kurt, you were here. You know when it was here.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, Lyndhurst football, we just won the state championship. I didn't think it was a realistic goal. And didn't think that, but you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, we're going to, but now it happened and it's there. And it was, when I got the trophy and I saw my wife and my kids, I'm getting emotional thinking about it, man. It's, no one knows what the work we put in other than our families, and having that trophy in my hand, I pictured it, I manifested it. Seeing my girls and then turning around, seeing all the boys, it meant the world, man. Like Joe Castagnetti, a Lyndhurst legend. I got guys like Coach Shoebridge there, Coach Funo, Patty Auteri, Richie Gress. Oh my God, what it meant. It meant so much more to me knowing what it meant to those guys. Danny Kesack, who played in the state sectional semifinal, and that was a huge deal. When we knocked off Rutherford when they were the 1 seed. I mean, just knowing it all came to fruition and like, yo, we did it, man. Like we're state champs. There's no, I can't put into words the feeling, man. The best ever. I mean, I can't think of a better moment run in my life. It was unbelievable.
I have chills hearing you talk about it. So I can imagine. Coach Kesack, you're a recent Lyndhurst High School graduate yourself, as you said. You played quarterback when you were there. Now you're coaching the quarterbacks. So how did it feel for you to take part in that championship on the coaching side?
it meant everything. It felt like I was playing the whole time. Honestly, we were playing on the scout team. Then being in the meetings with the coaches, it meant everything to me. It's since I was a kid, that's what I dreamed of when I played there. That's what I dreamed of, and then to be a part of it and get a chance to actually do it with these coaches, and especially those group of seniors that we just work so hard every single day. It's great that you realize when you put all that hard work in, it pays off at the end. So it meant everything to me.
Very nice. And Coach Auteri, the final ticks on the clock are counting down in that final game against Parsippany there. What was going through your mind as those final seconds ticked away?
Just like the other coaches said, the long journey we had to get there. You're thinking about the 26 seniors, but you're thinking about the underclassmen that basically same thing, sacrificed, knew their role for the program. But even going back to talking about when, even when I played, and I'm sure Coach Castagnetti, Coach Tuero, and Coach Kesack will agree with this, our blood and sweat was on that field. It's turf now. When we were there, it was patches of grass and dirt. But we went through that. We went through those locker rooms. We did double sessions. We saw how hard it was just to win a league championship. And I was lucky to win one as a sophomore, but not as a junior or senior. And the disappointment and, walking off those fields as a player when it was your last game as a senior, and then when I got involved with coaching, that pride comes back. And like we talked about this, the whole small town, enthusiasm and just working from all those years and then coaching and having some down years and fighting through it. Like, are we ever going to get to it? That's why, this year, everything lined up right. And we always said, the stars got to be aligned. And any sport that I've ever played or coached, when you have that special season, and we saw it, and we mentioned the Pompton game, and that's at first when I said to myself, we came back from that deficit. I said, you don't want to be arrogant about it, but I said we're winning the state championship, and I would say, I wouldn't really say it to anybody else, but I'm saying in my head, like, how did you do that? Yeah, and that was the first time, and then everything just went into place, and it was a well-oiled machine. And when you have everybody buying in, you have a great group of coaches, players, administration backing you, it's easy. I like Coach Tuero said, I want to get back to doing it, but we know it's not going to be the same way. But I want to get that feeling, like we're going to do our normal work, but are the stars going to be lined up? So that's the uncertainty right now, especially with everything going on.
Of course.
Before we get to Coach Castagnetti, I just want to, there's another comment. The comment is from Laney Sambrooks.
Lane Sandbrooks, that's my boy in Texas. He coaches Texas football. What do you say?
He's saying Richie the man, and then he's saying Texas high school football needs Coach Tuero.
Oh, that's awesome. Lane is Lane. I went to grad school with Lane, Ohio University. He coaches big time ball in Texas, man. Thank you, Lane. That's awesome.
And then there's another comment from Randy Vega saying, light up the scoreboard like a pinball machine.
There we go.
Coach
One of
Castagnetti.
my
Randy, you got to keep. Randy's one of the seniors from last year. I'm getting nervous. He's gonna spill the locker room talk.
All right, I'll watch the comments from now on then.
Getting nervous.
Gotta read that first.
Yeah.
Read it first.
Coach Castagnetti, you have the longest tenure with Lyndhurst football. What did the championship mean to you?
As the seconds were ticking down, like you said to Patty, like Coach Tuero said before, there was a bunch of seniors from the year before on our sideline, rooting us on, cheering us on, and I made a point to go to each and every one of them to say, you guys showed us the way. Like you're just a part. It's just like Coach Tuero said. The Benny Francinos, the Manny Laluzes, the Simicatas, I went to each and every one of them, shook their hand, gave them a hug, and said, "You guys deserve this just as much as we do. You guys showed them the way," and they did. And then as it was ticking down, I'm the old guy on the staff, so I'm the superstitious guy, and till it says zeros, the game's not over. But they weren't scoring on our defense, I can tell you that. So I felt kind of confident. It was like 3-2-1. I could start saying it. But that's why I kept saying to Rich, we did it, man. We did it. These kids, and as I was doing it, I was looking at the seniors and saying, "You're a state champ. How does that feel? You're a state champ." And it was awesome to be able to do. And then you see like Coach Shu, Coach Vuno, who taught us, who coached us, and it was emotional. It was awesome.
Awesome.
Coach Tuero's I used to be the rah-rah guy. I'm just too old, but the Coach Tuero's a rah-rah guy, which he has to be as the head coach with these kids nowadays. And he took the trophy, went in the middle, and I just stood back and took it all in. And it was, for me, it was awesome. And then, to get a chance to hug my wife and kiss her on the field and say, we did it. It was awesome. It was really awesome. It was a great moment. It was to see the scene, the kids running on the field after the game. Parsippany didn't want to shake our hand, whatever. I don't know, whatever. But the only thing would have been better if it was a shutout. But Coach Special Ops Vestola.
Special Ops.
Yeah, and because Eddie did say that. Eddie said it technically was a shutout. They scored on
26-0 would have looked better on the board than 26-7. But I'll take it. I'll take it.
Before we get into our next segment with you guys, we're going to do like a little, what we call a little rapid fire. Just wanted to briefly mention, that you have, your postseason honors. I mean, we're just off the charts for your team. You were Bergen County Team of the Year, Coach Tuero, Conference Coach of the Year, Bergen County Coach of the Year. I mean, your kids, Peter with, Offensive Player of the Year. I think it was Ismail who was Defensive Player of the Year. Forgive me if I'm getting some of these wrong. But, and just the number of kids you have going on to play at the next level. You guys can't see it now, but we just wanted to kind of, take a moment and acknowledge, the kids who are graduating and going on to play in among D1, D2, D3, and even some junior college schools. Coach Tuero, did you want to add anything to that? We have that showing now.
I mean, that's one of the things I'm most proud of. Not even necessarily. Obviously, I want them to play at the next level, and I always tell every kid, like, listen, you want to play the next level, I'm going to help you get there, whatever I can do. But just go. I always tell my kids, there's no bonuses here coaching high school football. My bonus is when you come back in 10 years and you introduce me to your family and you tell me how successful you are. That's a bonus for me. So, get them playing football is even more of a luxury because then I get to go see them play again. And I love it. Like, we talked about Pete Guerrero earlier before we started the interview. Just going to see these kids and getting to watch them play and seeing them grow, it's just unbelievable. So I can't wait to see these kids that are moving on to play in all these different schools. It's unreal, man. It's the best. It's so cool. And it's a testament, again, it's a testament to the program and the kids before them. These guys are saying, oh, Danny Kesack, he played college football. I got Brian Podolsky at Kane, Petey Guerrero at Monmouth. He was at Monmouth. All these kids, and the young guys know, and they see it, and they say, I want to be like that. And it's so cool. It's so cool.
It is. It's, again, a testament to your program. It really is.
Guys, I got another comment. This is from my guy, Kenny Kirkpatrick. He's the other co-host on our regular K&K Wednesday sports show. And he said he's actually in Maryland, so he wants to say hello from Maryland and congrats on the 2019 season. And he just heard Coach Castagnetti say Parsippany wouldn't shake your hand, so his last comment was Parsippany will never be on All In on High School Sports. So when he says that, that's it.
That's it, huh? He dropped the gauntlet.
That's it. Couple other comments. Dana Marie is saying Bubba says I love us.
I love us.
I love us.
So
I love us, buddy.
All right, so our next segment, guys, we call Rapid Fire. So we're just going to give you a question. We'll go around the panel. The way I'm looking at it, we'll go, I guess, Coach Kesack, Coach Castagnetti, Coach Auteri, and then Coach Tuero. So they're not the real hard-hitting questions, but they're a little more fun. But again, rapid pace. So
all right, rapid pace. First question: who's the best athlete on the coaching staff?
Now or ever? Hold on.
Right now, current staff.
Right now.
Easy.
Right now, who is it on me?
Yep, you're up first, Coach Kesack.
I'm gonna say Paulie Johnson, or Brian Doyle.
You gotta pick one. I say Kesack.
Paulie Johnson.
Yeah, I see.
Kesack's younger. Kesack.
I got Kesack.
All right. My question for you guys is Nike, Under Armour, or Adidas?
Easy. Go.
Okay, Kesack, you're up.
I'm a Nike guy.
I'm for whoever's free.
I'm Under Armour. Love Under
Adidas.
Armour.
Ooh,
I love
good
everybody here.
representation there.
Yeah.
All right, this is probably going to be an easy question, but you guys, since you guys played there too, so you could do this as a player or as a coach at Lyndhurst. What is your biggest win of your career?
I was the first round of the playoffs in 2011 against Rutherford. We were the 8 seed, they were the 1 seed, and we were able to go there and knock them off in a rivalry game, trophy game. So that was probably my most memorable game as a Golden Bear.
I'm going to say the Mawa playoff game. To me, I think that was our state final game. I think they were the best team other than us in our section.
Obviously, Parsippany, but I'm going to agree with Coach Castagnetti with Mawa.
Obviously, easy to say Parsippany, state championship win, but I'm going to go with 2018 Verona, 37-34 win at their place. Verona's a powerhouse program, and to beat that team at their home, to go to the state sectional final for the first time in 35 years, I would say that's my most the best win.
I'm going to follow that one up with toughest loss.
Ooh.
There's a lot. A lot.
26 years, a lot of time. Go ahead, Danny.
Toughest loss. Well, I didn't want to bring it up, but our last game of the year really hit pretty hard to me.
All right. I'm going to go back to 1987. Cresskill, we lost to Cresskill 7-0. They went on to be undefeated state champs. For us, if we beat them, we would have tied for the league championship in my senior year. Cresskill, 7-0 loss.
Patty.
There's a lot from playing days, but I'm going to say coach, and I'm going to say 2018 Rutherford. We were winning at halftime, and we were so close. And same thing, like you had that feeling we're going to do it. We went into that game underdogs though, but leading at the half, and then that hurt. That stung up until we finally got over the hump this year. So that was still in the back of my head during the whole season.
I'm with Patty. There was no more devastating loss for me than the Rutherford game. And again, it was more because we had the lead, man. And I was like, yo, we got this. And that was a very good team. Johnny Mendez, all those guys, Lawson, Fisher. It was like, yo, we're going to be the pure underdog miracle run here. And then 14-13, and it just pulled the rug right out from underneath you, and it's over. And I was like, oh, but that was the hardest one. But again, the drive from that loss.
Yeah. It started everything for the next year.
Yeah.
Patty, I got to say this, and this is my, you mentioned Paterno early, so Paterno's coming after you. He's saying Patty has a lot of L's in Lyndhurst, and he's making sure I tell you that one. So.
Yeah, thanks, Lou.
Oh, by the way, Radigan is saying, Jeff Radigan here, you are going easy on these questions with these guys, he's saying.
Thank you for that.
Well, let's spice them up a little then.
Oh, yeah,
my next one is, on a personal level, who was your biggest rival while you were playing or that you're coaching now at Lyndhurst?
North Arlington. 10 years ago, but North Arlington.
All right, you're going North Arlington. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go as a player. I'm gonna go with Beckton because that was a big rivalry game with a trophy and everything else. And as a coach, I want to say New Milford. New Milford is a big rival because it took us a long time to get by those guys. And even last year, the 2018 season, we had them on the ropes and we couldn't finish them in overtime. And we finally got them this year. Like I said, it was a close game. It wasn't really that close, but it was close enough. So I'm going to say New Milford as a coach.
That one right there was definitely a close second to the Rutherford loss, losing to Milford in double overtime. Because we had that game won in many opportunities. So as a player, rivalry. As a player, definitely St. Mary's. I hated St. Mary's with all of my heart. My wife, that's how, she was my girlfriend in high school, and she was at St. Mary's, and I did not like St. Mary's because our boys went there, and I took it more like a loyalty thing, personal thing. As a coach, I would have to say Pompton Lakes. When we got over the hump and we beat Pompton Lakes, I can't tell you, that was with Petey Guerrero and that group. That was one of the best, wins. And
that was your first signature win. That was your first signature win.
That was a signature win. That was that, and just it's always it's always a battle with those guys. You know, it's always something. So
Patty, who are you?
As a player, it was Beckton and NA, and we always say all the time, these kids don't understand these rivalries just because of the way the league was. But it was bad because in the 90s and sure in the 80s for Coach Cass, I don't want to date him, but, you know, you got phone calls from kids before games and stuff. And Coach Cass could attest to this. I know Coach Shu and Coach Bruno, like they would drive by our practices. And, you know, we would end up after like a Saturday night, you'd end up in a little scuffle. You'd meet up. So definitely, you know, it was out there. It was anarchy. It was like Thunderdome back in the 90s.
No rules.
As a coach, it's got to be Rutherford, you know, because like I said, the rivalries have disappeared the way they change these leagues, which I don't like. But it's Rutherford, you know, because we've played them so many times in the playoffs. And even going back to when I first started coaching, as Coach Cash was the head coach, we played them a couple times too in consolation games, and they were always nail biters.
Kurt, real quick, sorry to interrupt this here, but can you let me in on my other Zoom because my iPad, my charger won't keep up and it's about to die. I should be in the waiting room on my phone.
You are. Sorry about that.
Oh, no worries.
All right, you should be coming in.
All right, well, he's
Sideways.
getting in. Well, he's
Turn
getting
it sideways.
In. Our next
We're
one
back.
is game day superstitions. Any game day superstitions?
Oh yeah, go ahead, go guys.
Danny, you're up.
If I don't eat a sandwich from Michael's before the game, something's not right. So gotta eat Michael's before the game.
I was back in the day when I coached with Coach Vuno. We had to put socks on the same way. We had to put the shirt on the same way. We had to get to the building the same way. As I get as old as dirt, like I am right now, I don't have any.
That's a lie.
I don't believe
That's a lie. You're lying.
I don't believe it.
Patty, I'm gonna cut. I know I'm jumping you again, but he's lying because listen, Joe, you're gonna forget when you told me to play that song again because I hadn't played it yet.
Yeah, that's
He
that's
forgot
true.
already. That's why he forgets. You don't know.
I'm old. I forget.
Forgot.
He would listen. I would play a couple songs every time, every pregame in our office, and I forget what game it was, but I remember when Joe called me out. He's like, "Are you gonna play the song? Are you gonna play it? What are you waiting for?"
I left out one, a pregame long toss with Coach Katina and Coach Mosca.
Now we're getting a couple of comments here.
Like spinning it.
We're getting a couple comments from Eddie saying, yeah, no one talked to Richie. Don't ask Richie any questions at all. Leave Richie alone.
He's not wrong.
Only two people could talk to Richie before a game. It's me
true.
and Auteri. That's it.
That's a fact. I like seriously. I don't know what's wrong with me, but yeah, it's true.
Coach Auteri, what do you got?
I'm the coffee guy, so I get everybody coffee, and I get
There you go.
the Jolly Ranchers and gum and mints, whatever
Halls.
crap we eat. Yeah, the Halls. Yeah, that's our number one. We're all addicted to that. So I have to do that every game day, and it's my ritual.
Yep.
All right, real quick, you guys have a favorite coaching saying or coaching line that you guys always use?
Yep. Start with me. I love us.
Mm-hmm.
I love us is a good one, man. I think I started that one, but I'm gonna go with setting edges and hitting windows.
Yeah,
Great one.
Patty?
I got so many. I'm drawing a blank right now. Randy said it when he commented. You know, we're gonna light this scoreboard up like a pinball machine. I like to say it. I got a lot.
I got mine's easy. Facts over feelings.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're sick of that one.
It ain't gonna stop.
My next question, I don't know if you guys have seen it, is inspired by the 1983 NC State. Jim Valvano wins the national championship, right? I don't know if you guys have seen the clip, and he's running around with nobody to hug, right?
Yep.
And so the final buzzer sounds for yours, and we kind of saw it when you sent us that clip, Coach Tuero. It was like you knew it was one of our questions. Who did you hug first?
I think Coach Katina, who was right next to me.
Yeah, I think I went. I mean, I went right to us. I went right to Patty and
Yeah.
Rich and I was seeking them out. And thank God I didn't have to go too far because I wouldn't have caught them. But they were standing there. They were already in the hug, so I just kind of jumped in and joined in and said, we did it, and that was it.
Yeah, Patty, obviously.
That was our group hug. Yeah,
that meant a lot.
Listen, let me tell you guys something though. Here's the thing: I told these guys that if we won or when we won, I was going to tackle them. So Patty was smart. He just jumped on me, so I couldn't take him out, and then I was stuck. And Joe was there, but that's what it really was because
I hugged him. I told him I was gonna punch him in the ribs, but I just
he did. He did tell me that. He did tell me that.
Real quick, couple more comments coming in. This looks like comments from the favorite lines this year. Quote unquote, I'll read them off. Back it up, Terry.
Back up, Terry.
No fly zone.
Yeah.
No fly zone. We talk about that in the secondary. Yeah.
Listen to me.
Listen to me. Yeah.
Haters get the gas mask.
Gas face.
Gas
There's
face.
gas mask. And then there's just a plain run it.
The plane.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Run it after we mess up a play. Run it.
Run it. Yeah.
All right, here we go. You're back in the state championship this game. We're going to go real quick. We'll start, but Coach Tuero is going to get the final call because he's the head coach. You're in the state final again this year. You're down 7, 20 seconds left. The offense scores. Kesack, you want to go for 1 for the tie or 2 for the win right there? Go ahead.
No brainer. We're going for the win. Come on.
Coach Cast.
We're going to tie it. We're going to go to overtime. We're going to win it on a defensive score.
Coach Auteri.
Go for 2.
Coach Tuero, what are you doing?
We did it in Pompton, man. Listen, Pompton went for 2. I said it to these guys as soon as they kicked the ball off to us. I said, guys, when we score, we're going for 2, so be ready for it.
Nice. Now you guys have played your sectional finals was in a smaller, intimate setting as opposed to the group championship right at MetLife Stadium. Which do you prefer, that home, crowded, smaller stadium for the big game, or like the glitz and glamour of MetLife?
Home crowd in your hometown, especially with all your loved ones and kids you played with and family and everything about it. The Parsippany game being in Lyndhurst was the best. And nothing beats that.
I agree. I said it to Rich 2018 when we played Rutherford at Rutherford for the final. Rich was kind of disappointed, like, this year we don't play at MetLife Stadium. I said, Rich, Lyndhurst-Rutherford rivalry, there's going to be 4,000 people here. It's going to be unbelievable because it used to be like that for a regular season game back in the day in the 80s. And it used to be crazy. And there's nothing better than that. And then having a home game, forget it. It was awesome.
Yeah, I gotta agree. Also, it's just something different, like you said, especially when you have 2 towns like a Rutherford, Lyndhurst, and you get your hometown there. And that's what it's about.
Yeah, the home field. The one of the greatest things for me was when we have a holiday alumni kind of party. A former Lyndhurst player and a big time Lyndhurst guy, George Stefano, runs an alumni dinner every year around like a Christmas party and. Meeting all these older guys, all these older people that didn't necessarily play football, hearing them say, hey, Coach, you gave us a place to meet every Friday, and I got to see all my old buddies, and there was nothing like it was awesome being home. I'll never forget coming out of the fieldhouse doors and looking around and seeing what this place looked like, and I was just like emotional. I said to the kids, guys, take this in because this is one of the greatest moments of our life, and it was.
Guys, there's a comment for Coach Rich. Maybe you can help me with the name. It's Joe, and then it's Gugliuzza.
Googly Oots.
Yeah,
So he's got 2 comments. His first one is super proud of this crew. Let's keep it going for next year. And then he said, crazy Coach Cast coached me, and I played with Coach Rich.
Yeah,
that's right.
The Goots.
The Goots, man. Yep, absolutely. What's up,
Hope
Coach?
all is well, man. Hope your family are well.
All right, next rapid fire. Burger King, McDonald's, Wendy's, or Chick-fil-A?
Oh, my Atlanta.
Chick-fil-A. Try to stay away from that, but Chick-fil-A.
I'll say Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A.
All right.
Chick-fil-A sauce, baby.
All right.
You
Dunkin'.
forgot Popeye. You forgot
Rich,
Popeye.
yeah, if you put Popeyes in, Rich is Popeyes.
Yeah.
100%.
Popeyes is better.
gonna follow that up. I guess you guys are coffee drinkers, right? So Dunkin' or
yeah.
Dunkin' or Starbucks.
Oh, not even close.
Duncan.
Not even close. Duncan.
Duncan. Starbucks is pinky up. We can't afford that.
Dunkin'.
stuff.
I like Starbucks. I like Starbucks.
Yeah, of course. He makes all the money.
State champ head coach now. He likes Starbucks.
All right, so a couple with social media, some stuff leaks, and there's some footage of I saw after the state championship win, a little celebrations here and there. So there was a little singing, a little dancing. So my question is, who's the best dancer on the current staff right now?
Definitely not me. I don't do
It's
that.
not me either.
I'm going to say Special Ops Commander Joe Vastola.
Yeah. He could do the lawnmower.
I'm definitely with Joe. It's definitely Joe Vastola.
Oh my
Does the
God.
Lord Farquaad.
With his helmet on. Lord Helmet.
He's like Saturday Night Dance Fever.
Lord Helmet.
Just don't touch his hair. If you touch his hair, you're in trouble.
I think with my question, we might have gotten a little preview of this.
Yeah,
were
we did.
all logging in before, but there's been a lot of technological advances in football with Huddle and with the pandemic Zoom. So the question is, who is the staff member that is the worst with technology?
No doubt about
No
it.
doubt.
I couldn't get on this. I couldn't do this right.
Unanimous. Coach Castagnetti.
And thank God for Coach Tuero, because as soon as I get something technological, I say, Rich. He goes, I got it. Got you.
So true.
Thank God.
Anthony DeMarco saying, how do you say? I don't want to say names wrong. Derico.
Dierico.
Derico. So he's saying that he's the best dancer. So another comment, Danny Simone. Congratulations, guys.
Danny.
Very proud of all you coaches. Amazing role models for the kids. Keep it up.
Danny Simone. Good
Danny,
man.
good
Simone,
people. Yep.
All right, and
me
the
tell you
last
something.
rapid fire question we got to ask this. We always ask this for the high school panel, even though it's not the K&K show. But favorite NFL team?
New York Jets.
Cowboys. From back in the day.
Giants. Giant fan.
I'm a Giant fan, but whatever team Pete Guerrero lands on, I'll be that
Yeah.
fan.
And the
I
last
second that.
question, the Super Bowl champ, hoping we have a season, of course. Who's the Super Bowl champ this year?
How can you not say Kansas City Chiefs, right?
Yeah.
I go Chiefs.
Chiefs too.
Bucks. Brady, baby.
Brady
Come
Bucks.
on.
Here we go.
I'll just say the Broncos for you, Kurt.
Thank you. I appreciate it, Pat. All right, so we're going to do this real quick. We're a couple minutes over, so we want to get to two more things real quick. So go ahead. You can start. Well, actually, I'll start it. Coach Twirl, the championship is it's more than just for the coaches and the players. Obviously, it's for the entire Lyndhurst community. They rallied behind you. How important was it for you to win it, not just for you guys, the staff, for the kids, but the whole Lyndhurst community?
It was everything, and it showed with that state championship game. Everyone that showed up, and like I touched on before when I had that alumni dinner, just hearing all the old timers, all the people, just people from all over. We were lucky enough to have our game streamed. Every game was streamed because one of our parents was an avid fan, and he didn't even have a player on our team. He just loved the program so much. And just hearing, hey, getting to see what Lyndhurst did, Lyndhurst roots, everything, man. This town is big with tradition, big with pride. It was a dream come true. And you know what? One of the greatest moments was our parade. That was so cool.
Yeah.
Just walking through the town and seeing all the people come out and just be happy for us. It was unbelievable.
And then, guys, real quick, Coach Kesack, and we'll go Kesack, Castagnetti, or Auteri. You guys want to add anything to that, about what it meant for winning it for the whole Lyndhurst community?
Yeah, it was a long time coming. Our whole lives, we always think about Lyndhurst football and who we played with and kids we coached. And, everyone we touched somehow is connected to Lyndhurst football. So just to get the chance to celebrate with them, and when you finally get to see them for the first time with the trophy and the parade, was incredible. Just everything about it, us Lyndhurst football guys, it means everything. And to share it with everybody was just the icing on top.
Yeah, it was awesome. I had my Pee Wee football coaches at the game. Two very influential people in my life throughout my life, and it was to have them there, seeing it, and it was a proud moment that I could be a part of something that was bringing them that joy and excitement of the Lyndhurst pride, because they played for Lyndhurst too. It's just awesome. It's just an awesome thing, and you think back about when you're a kid in high school, and for me it was a long time ago, and how serious and how important Lyndhurst football was, and how, like Patty said before, how hard it was to win a league championship, never mind a state championship, and then to have these kids come through and do it. The 26 seniors and they're heroes for the rest of their lives. They're going to be remembered forever, and that's one thing we all said. Towards as we got closer, you're going to be remembered forever. You're never going to be forgotten. That '83 team in my world, they'll never forgotten. They'll never be forgotten. These kids are in the same boat, and it's awesome. I hope we don't have to wait another 36. So get it done, Rich.
Nah. Yeah, everybody basically said what I would say. But Coach Cass made a great point too, because I remember growing up and that guy played for the '83 team. Oh my God, what they did in '83, being 6, 7, 8, 9 years old. And like they looked like NFL guys to me, and going to the games throughout, and just the pride and tradition. I want to do that one day. I know we talked about it throughout the show already, and just the whole Lyndhurst pride factor, and to see the town come together, and just going out and getting a cup of coffee at Dunkin' Donuts, and it starts into a 10-minute conversation. How's this kid? Is he hurt? Is he going to play this week? And it's just great having the involvement with the town.
I know that when I was coaching, one of my favorite parts was always the embedded life lessons that my players learned along the way. Coach Tuero, you seem to provide your student athletes with the opportunity to give back to the community and learn those valuable lessons both on and off the field. Would you elaborate on some of the community service projects you guys did?
Oh, absolutely. Special Angels is our main one. Getting the opportunity to work with them is just the best. And our kids, and I don't even mean the players, our kids in the building in general, they are so great with our special needs. We have a unified program now that we're doing, unified sports. That is one of the biggest and best things we do. We have a whole Super Bowl with them, coaches against the Special Angels game, where our players are mentors and they're assigned certain kids. That's one of the best things. We painted playgrounds this year voluntarily for our schools, for our younger kids, which was awesome to do. We do a feast cleanup for the Our Lady of Mount Carmel feast, and it's never hard to do. All I got to do is ask the kids, and they're all in. Every time I set this up, it's never mandatory, and every single time I get the whole team, unless a kid can't make it for whatever reason. That is a huge component of teaching kids what life's all about. Every day we break down, I end with, be a good person, do the right thing, I love you, we are Lyndhurst, or whatever it is. But it's always those things every single day.
Very nice. Now we're going to take a quick look ahead to the 2020
Yeah, guys,
season.
I'll get you. I know we've been long. We'll get you guys out of here in 5 minutes.
Hey, we knew we would be.
I'm happy to be here. I'm good.
Looking ahead to the 2020 season, I've like a two-part question for you, Coach Tuero. What are your goals and expectations, and who are maybe some of your returning players that you expect to step into a leadership role?
So, we lost 26 seniors, but faces change, expectations don't. We have the same expectations. As of right now, I don't know if there's going to be a state championship this year at all because of the state and what's going on, but that's still our expectation. And if it's not that, if it's the NJIC championship, that's it. We have Anthony DeMarco coming back. He's a captain of ours. He was a pivotal, he was the lead blocker for Peter Partilla. He lived it. He breathed it. He's one of our, basically our only returning starter, to be honest with you. But we have a bunch of kids that have been on special teams in the role that got in on games where we were blowing, beating teams pretty handily. I got Johnny Lembo, Anthony's little brother, who we are so excited to see how he is at quarterback. The kid's been working. He's just like his brother with his work ethic, and he has an opportunity to really show it this year. Different style player. Johnny is more of a thrower, and with the personnel we have, we're excited about all that. But we have another kid, Angel Velez. He's coming back. I have Ethan Rodriguez. He's actually another starter. He's going to be a junior. He was our center last year. He's coming back. We're excited for the program. I have incoming junior Ricky Rainey. He was a big special teamer for us. We're excited about the kids coming back. And like I said, these kids, their mentality is not, oh, we lost all these guys. Let's go. We got to get back to work, guys. And that's where we're at. I mean, it literally starts from Captain Anthony DeMarco right down. I couldn't be more proud, especially with everything going on with this quarantine and everything else, lockdown. Our kids are so proactive. I mean, I'll drive by the field. They're out there working, and it's awesome. So it's a testament to the program. These kids bought in, and it's awesome.
There's a comment from a Tara. Again, Banuls.
Tara Banuls. She is the head of our booster club. She runs the Special Angels. What'd she say?
She just said Special Angels loves Lyndhurst football. Same thing from a Deborah Wordalek.
Yep. They are the head of our Special Angels. Their son Tyler, amazing kid. And
she says too, we love you guys. Special Angels is so grateful.
Yeah, we love them too. They like I said, man, Special Angels. It's just a great bond, a great thing. It opened up other opportunities too. Now after we've been doing it for years, our boys soccer program's involved, and it's awesome. Now these kids get more opportunity, more experience, more involvement, and there's nothing better. It's really, really awesome stuff.
Coach Auteri, I just want to get a couple of comments from you guys. Obviously, you guys lose a lot of firepower on the offense. You lose in one of the best probably players in the state, maybe the best player in the state of New Jersey. So what are you expecting from the offense this year? If you could just talk about it a little bit.
Well, like Coach Tuero said, I'm excited because we know what we are capable of, but we just got to now fine tune it, and it's going to be exciting to get out and coach these guys up when and if we do. But we knew what we had. Calling plays is easy when you got the hogs we had and the weapons we had. So I think it's going to be more of us getting back to the balance that we've talked about, that we've had in past years. So from that standpoint, it's exciting working with a new quarterback. I'm enthused over that, and we'll see. It's going to be a lot of battling for positions. There's jobs up in the air. Who's going to want to step up? Like Coach said, who's working hard right now while this is going on? Because when we do get back and we do get that call that we can get going, you're going to see who put the time in. And
no doubt,
and that's what's going to be. For us as coaches to put those pieces together. So it's exciting in that aspect because last year we knew every spot. We have him. We knew the line was there.
Yeah,
there's a lot of question marks. So it's not going to change our work ethic as coaches, but it's going to be a little fun to do it. Getting back down to the basics.
And Coach Castagnetti, if you could take the same question on the defensive end. By the way, I want to give a shout out. Congratulations. I believe it was the NorthJersey.com Defensive Coach of the Year. I believe it was, if I'm not mistaken.
I didn't know. I don't know that.
I did see that. I did see that.
Coach Tuero doesn't tell me anything. Thanks, I appreciate it.
Congratulations on that.
Thanks.
But
Thanks.
Same thing like Coach Auteri said on the offensive side. What do you think defensive? For the 2020 outlook on the defensive side of the ball.
There's 11 applications out there, and there's however many kids show up. Everybody could take one and fill it out and go to work because, like I said, I had 11 starters that were seniors. I had 4 replacement players coming in that were seniors. So, one good thing is I saw a lot of the players that are coming back this year on scout defense last year, like we talked about earlier. So some of the applications are filled out already in pencil. Everything's in pencil until hours before the first game, God willing, and we'll take it from there. But again, it's you kind of can see, like Coach Auteri said, you kind of have an idea of who's going to be there. But at the end of the day, it's whoever plays, whoever comes to play, and whoever comes in best shape, and whoever gets their temperature checked in the morning, and whoever does all that other stuff that they have to do. It's as simple as that. So again, I'm excited. I'm thrilled. I can't wait. the challenge is unbelievable. It's awesome, and that's why we get paid the big bucks.
And James Blake is saying the best DC in the state is the comment we just got.
He is the
right.
man.
Rich, before I get to Danny, a couple more comments from Deborah Wordalek. She says, our special needs kids loves you. And then she's given a story saying Bella was a stat girl her freshman year, and Tyler, who is 19 and has autism, is the manager. They get so much from this team, nothing but love for them.
Absolutely.
Good stuff.
Danny, so real quick with you for 2020, obviously you guys are going to get both quarterbacks leave. Like Coach Auteri and Coach Tuero were saying, you're going to be working with new quarterbacks. One, I want to say it to you, like the challenge of a new quarterback for 2020. I mean, are you excited in that role of working with the new guys, or is it going to be a little challenging, or just what's your thoughts as the quarterback coach?
I'm very excited. Our quarterback, John Lembo, I got a chance to work with him in JV. He's very talented. He has a quarterback moxie to him. He loves throwing the ball. He's just a great kid to coach. And yeah, it's gonna be a little bit different. You know, our offense may look different. You know, we got to get there and we got to put the pads on and we got to see how we look. But I'm very excited. I think he could be a tremendous football player. And I got a chance to coach a lot of these kids on JV and on scout team. And I got a chance to see what they can do. And they're a very talented group, all of them, that one class, juniors that are going to be juniors next year. So it'll be definitely exciting to get pads on and see how they look, filling in varsity level now.
All right. And
some final thoughts. To close out the show, we'd like to give you guys each 1 minute to address next year's team and the entire Lyndhurst community. So what do you guys want to say to them? Coach Castagnetti, we're going to start with you.
You dirty dog, you. Listen, I hope everybody's doing what they're supposed to be doing. I'm going to go along with the whole health kick here. Social distancing, wear a mask, wash your hands, do whatever you got to do to get the season going. We're ready to go. As I'm talking to the players, we're ready to go. We have the plan. You've seen the plan work for the last 2 years, so you have the vision. You know the goal. And listen, if there's no state championship, it's okay. Hopefully there's an NJIC championship, which we're defending that championship. So that's our goal. And it's again, like Coach Tuero said earlier, win the conference. Win the league, win the conference, and if it stops there, it stops there. We want to beat everybody that comes out there, and we got to do our job on defense, and our job is to stop them from scoring. Period. And whatever we need to do to get that done, we're going to get it done.
Nice, Coach Kesack. How about you?
I just hope everybody's staying safe and staying healthy during this difficult time. I know a lot is different, and when we return, it won't be like it used to be. But just want you guys, the players, to know that us, all coaches, we miss you guys greatly. It hasn't been the same without you guys in our lives, driving us crazy, making us laugh, giving us something to coach. We miss you. We're looking forward to seeing you again next week. And coaches are going to be working, and we know you guys have been working. We've seen you, driving around by the field, see you guys out there working. It's an exciting time. The football program has really become a great culture, and we love being there. It's not work to us. We spend so much time there, and it's what we love doing, and we're excited to see you guys soon.
Coach Auteri?
Yeah, that's it. We're ready to get back to work. Hope everybody's doing all the right things. To piggyback what Coach Kesack and Coach Castagnetti said, obviously everybody's health is the most important thing, and hopefully we can get through this and get going. Our mentality, like all our coaches have been saying throughout this whole program, we expect to be the upper tier team now. That's just our mentality. That's the swagger we bring, and I hope everybody is working hard on their own, and we can't wait to get back to work, and hopefully it's soon, and we'll just keep the machine rolling.
And the final word from Coach Tuero.
Control what you can control. We're all in this together, and that's great. And we got to do what we got to do. But no one's going to feel sorry for you when you get back. So if you aren't working, or you haven't been working on your own, you're going to be held accountable for it. That's all I can say to my guys, because we're going back to work, and feeling sorry for ourselves and kind of making excuses isn't what got us to where we are now. So my message to the boys is I hope you're ready, because when we get back, we're going. You know, stay safe, do the right thing, so that we can keep the season and get that season, so we don't have to lose it. But when we're there, we're going full go. We're ready to rock and roll, and I can't wait. And I'll tell you who else can't wait is probably all of our wives, because they're probably waiting for us to get out.
They want me out.
Yep.
Lyndhurst strong, baby.
All right, guys,
doubt.
seriously, thank you guys for coming on. It was a
you.
great show. Awesome. Coach Tuero, thank you
great
again
shirt.
for doing this. And there you go.
I
Not
just
gonna
gotta
lie,
get-
I
I
almost
gotta
took
get
that
one-
picture and put it on there tonight.
Let's
I
go.
saw it
Go
on
ahead.
there.
I got to get
Get it out there.
one thing. I got to get one more shout out there, Kurt.
Sure, go ahead.
When Joe's, I promised my daughter. I know I said hi to her before, but I promised her I'd tell everyone how much I love her and my baby girl Camilla, who didn't. You know, obviously she's only 2 years old. She's about to be 2, but I do want to mention, and I know I do it a lot, but I don't care. My wife, I'd never be anywhere close to where I am now without my girl, my best friend. You know, we've been together since high school. The support she gave me, that's why winning the state championship was amazing, but sharing that moment with them was the best, because no one knows how much we work and how much we do, like our wives, you know, and that's in anything really. But I just want to make it clear, if I can send any message out there, is there's nothing greater than having the support from a wife and a family, your kids, like I was blessed to have, and I know my coaches can say the same with their families.
I love my wife too.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. We are
Me
blessed
too.
to have-
My kids too. I love my kids.
I love my kids too.
we are blessed to have them, all of them. You know, our wives, and when I say our wives, I mean my staff and their families. After every game, we come together. Shout out to LaVenere, Mike Riccardi, who always hooked us up and gave us some room. There was nothing better than that family time, that family moments after we celebrated our victories. And I'd be remiss if I didn't mention how big of a part of the program they were. All the wives, you know, every one of them.
Yep.
Very nice.
And last comment
we're
of the
gonna have
night.
We're gonna have to eat outdoors now.
Last comment of the night is from Joe G. He's saying, "Yeah, so when we getting those free shirts, Coach Castagnetti?"
Oh,
Whenever he's ready. What
Now-
size?
Well, there you go. Guys, seriously, thank you, though, Coach Tuero. Thank
Seriously,
you for
what
setting
size?
this
I
up,
might
man.
have extra ones laying around.
Hey, let's see if he answers them back.
I probably have some stashed away.
Guys, it's been awesome. I want to thank you.
Best of luck this season.
Yeah, best
Hope
of
there
luck.
is
Yep.
one, and hopefully
Thank
we
you.
can
We'll do
follow
something
you
with you guys.
Yep, absolutely.
Awesome.
Thank you
Thank
for
you so
having us.
much.
Thank
Thank
you
you,
so much.
guys.
for having us.
As usual, you guys do a great job. Thank you.